Dun, 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 dun. It's difficult one-handed. Stand by for technical difficulties. Ow, my fingers. Jeez, Amazon. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, we've hit more struggles. Oh my gosh, look at it. Ooh, it's so pretty. Okay, I will be reading this soon. Until then. Okay, so I just finished about the first 100 pages of the book, and so far it is really good. There's 4 point of views, and my favorite is Lyra and Darrow's, even though Darrow is kind of a bummer when he's older. Severo and Victra are great, and it's everything I hope for them being 30. And Lysander's point of view is really good too. My least favorite is, I think, Ephraim is his name. I'll correct it if I'm wrong. But that's my least favorite, but still really good. So I'll let you guys know how it's going the next 100 pages. So I've just gotten to the part I haven't figured out. I've gotten to the part where Ephraim went and basically, well, he did kidnap Lyra, and now she's in the Duke ship, which I don't know if I'm supposed to know who that is. Am I stupid for not knowing who that is? I thought it was supposed to be the Ash Lord, but then I don't know who the woman is. But then I was thinking it could also be Rogue's mom, but I am not entirely sure who the Duke is. Should I know? I don't know. Have I not been paying attention? Probably, who knows. So I'm a little confused about whose ship she's now lost in the tunnels of. But I'm waiting for her point of view. Still haven't gotten there. Where are we at with, what's his face? Lysander. I like Ditto. I think her name is funny. I don't know how I'm supposed to say it, but Ditto makes me laugh, so that's how I'm going. I like her. I like Seraphina. Not a huge fan of the cousin, but I'm thinking he's not going to make it very much longer in the book, so might not have to worry about that. I don't really, I mean, I think his is my, I think it is like my second favorite. So Lysander reminds me of a mix of Rogue, which that's how I say his name. I know it's spelled R-O-Q-U-E, but don't even, we're not gonna go with spelling. So he reminds me of a mix of Rogue and Darrow, which are 2 of my favorite characters, even though one of them died in the last book, which still made me really angry because he was one of my favorites, even though he was a traitor and everything, I guess. I mean, I like Lysander, that's who he reminds me of. I do like Seraphina a lot. I mean, obviously things are happening. Cassius almost died, so I was a little pooping myself about that because I thought he was gonna die, which, I mean, he's growing on me. I didn't really like him in the first books anyways, but in this book, I mean, I kind of like him. Growing on me like a fungus of sorts. That's kind of a nasty thing to say. Darrow is still kind of a bummer. Obviously things are happening. I don't know why he killed, who is it, like Wolfgar or something? Why would you do that, to be honest? So now Seffi's gone, which I like Ragnar a lot. I'm kind of indifferent about Seffi anyway. I didn't think she was, I'm like, I don't really care too much. But it is kind of a bummer that, I mean, we don't have any people like Ragnar in the books now, because I mean, she was kind of like him, not really. She wasn't really as funny. So now we have zero obsidians in the book. Well, oh wait, I take it back. Who is Ephraim's friend? Reminds me a lot of Ragnar. So I'll talk about Ephraim next. We just heard that he made like a really stupid idea with the Duke. So he has his money. I think he's gonna bust back in and take Lyria back, because he obviously cares about her. I'm kind of hoping that happens, because otherwise I don't know how she's gonna escape the ship, but obviously she does, because I'm gonna try and see if I can see her name on the, I don't know, I'm not gonna cheat. I think she'll bust out. What is his friend's name though? Oh
A few moments later.
Oh, Volga. She reminds me more of Ragnar than Seffi does, so I'm hoping she doesn't die, because then I'll be really ticked off. I'm really pumped for the end of the book, and I'm expecting there to be a cliffhanger, and then I'll have to wait another year to find out what happens. But I'll let you guys know what happens when I'm right a chapter away from the end, and then when we finish. How about that? Catch me outside, how about that? Ooh. That was terrible. Okay. Oy. Well, the day we've been waiting for, or me, has finally came. I finished, finally, after a week, Iron Gold by Pierce Brown, which I've been waiting for about a year. It was supposed to come out in September, and then it kept getting pushed back, and finally came at the end of January. And I've been wanting to film a reading vlog, because I've never done one before, of me reading it, and it's my favorite series, so I thought it was a good idea. I don't know. We'll be able to see how this footage ends. I didn't do my thoughts on the final chapter, and then they'll, like, because there's 4 points of view, like I mentioned earlier, so to do, I don't know what I was thinking, to do like a point of view on the last person is kind of stupid. There's 4 cliffhangers at the end. I would say cliffhangers. So there's Daryl, Lyra, Ephraim, and Lysander, and they each end kind of, well, abruptly. The biggest one I would say is Ephraim is going down in a plane with Daryl and Severo, well, Daryl's son and Severo's daughter. I don't think they're gonna die, obviously, because that would be, well, you can't lose 1 point of, I don't know what's gonna happen with that. They're going down in a plane. He was stabbed in the cheek, which sounds really nasty, and I imagine it was not fun, as being stabbed anywhere would be. And then, so they're going down in a plane, crashing, because he blew up a grenade in the ship. I guess made sense. Daryl is not going back home, and he is going to defeat, not the Ash Lord anymore, because he's a shriveled up old man, and the Ash Lord's daughter, Atlantica, or I think that's how you say her name. I don't even care. He's not going home. Severo's going home. And one thing I really like about this book is, surprisingly, Severo is a really good dad and better than Daryl. Like, Daryl just complains about how horrible of a father he is for the entire book, but then he does nothing about it. He's like, yeah, I'm a really trash father, but I'm just gonna keep running around and like not talking to my kid, and then I'm gonna whine about it, which was really annoying. He does whine a lot in this book, but I already like him so much from the first books that maybe I just don't pay attention. But I don't know, it was kind of getting annoying after a while. Severo and Victra are still awesome in this book, and that was like my favorite part. You get to see quite a bit of them, which I was happy about because I was kind of worried that we wouldn't get to see that many people from the last book, but there's quite a few in there. It ends off with her. She's in the Sovereign ship, I do believe, and so she's just kind of been offered a job with them, and then she's in a shower and a lady, I don't know, they described her as being a brown. She comes and stabs her in the chest with a needle, and that's the end of what you know from her. So again, you have no idea what's happening with her. And then at the end it says this is from the Barcas, so I'm assuming that Victra just attempted to kill her. I don't know. Or I'm assuming, well, obviously, I'm pretty sure it's Victra. But I guess I won't know until September, until the next book comes out. And then, who's the last one? Oh, Lysander. He's now going to join with Ditto. And I keep laughing at her name. I can't even take her seriously. Like, she's not a villain, but she's like a strong woman. Her name is Ditto. Is it supposed to be Ditto? I don't know. Is it Dido? Even... it's not scary. I don't know. I like try and picture this like warrior woman that is like Ditto. Whatever. So he's teamed up with her and they're gonna go against the Reaper, against the Rising. It's a good idea because then you have one, it's not all on the same side like it was in the other books. Like everybody was against the Rising, or for the Rising, not against the Rising. Now you have some people who are for the Rising and against the Rising, and you also have people who started out against it and like turned. Like you had Lyra who's super against it, and now you can see her kind of turning more towards the Rising side, which is, I think, really cool, is that their point of view. Ooh, I got cut off. Angry. Okay, so I was talking about people's point of view changing. I just thought it was cool how Lyra's opinion changed. I don't know that Ephraim's opinion has changed much just because he didn't seem like he was against the Rising, and I guess he's not really working for the Rising. He's just doing it because he wants to get Volga out, which is another thing that I'm ticked off about because she's still in prison. And if she dies, I'll be really angry because I think she's one of my favorite people. And I thought it was cool how, I didn't notice this before, but earlier in the book they mentioned that she wanted to go to like, I think she wanted to have like a farm with a bunch of animals like zebras and giraffes, I believe. And then Ephraim bought tickets and was going to take her to Earth where she could have a bunch of animals, which I thought was really cute. But then they found her at the zoo, which I also was like, oh, because she was sad and upset, so she went to the zoo and then they arrested her, which was also a bummer. So I hope she's in the next books and I'll be really excited. I liked all the character. This is an abrupt transition. I'm just rambling on here. Okay, pause. I really liked all of the characters in this book. Again, Cassius dying. I'm not sure what Lysander's plan was going into it, not giving the rings and opening what they wanted to, because he just waited till the last possible minute and then he still died. So like, what was the point if he was gonna die anyway? Why would you not? Because obviously going into it, you had to know that you're not gonna let your friend die, so you're gonna give up the information. So why wouldn't you do it before they got really wounded and then ended up dying anyway, and you had to give up the information? It doesn't make sense to me for somebody who's supposed to be so incredibly smart, but I guess Cassius had to die in order for the plot to move on into him having an alliance with Ditto, because I don't see Cassius letting him do that, at least. I don't know. Ephraim grew on me too. I really did not like him starting at the beginning of the book because he seemed like a really selfish turd and I was not a fan of him. But, I mean, because he's like, you could see that he cared about Volga at the end and like, he gave the kids back, so I guess he's not that terrible of a person. But, I don't know. I'm really excited about the characters and I'm happy with the way it turned out. I wasn't disappointed. And I was surprised because I didn't know there was going to be more than one point of view until I saw somebody's spoiler-free review on it before I got it, so that was kind of a nice surprise. But, other than that, I would say 5 out of 5 stars, and I'm gonna go order the next book because I'm super excited to read it. And that's all I have to say. If you haven't gotten this book, I would say get it. Also, I'm ticked off because Illumicrate, I wanted to get the Howler box, and it's like $73. Why? Why? Why is it so expensive? I had the little fox keychain, the Telemantis fox, and I wanted it really bad, which I'm assuming I could buy it by myself, but I wanted to get all this crap because I like these books. It's like $73. No, thank you. I don't know why I added that. That had nothing to do with it. So in conclusion, very good book. This is my first reading vlog, so we'll see how this ends up editing out because I didn't take as many videos as I planned and it might be a little choppy, but I'm excited about it and I'm excited to do more of them. That's how I'm going to end it, with me uncomfortably winking at you. Goodbye!